goes in. Guys, what we now, what? Today's Tuesday. What, 4 days out until fight night? Listen, man, I'm looking ready. I'm feeling good, to be honest, man. I've got to be honest, I've got a slight few, well, I say a slight few, man. I've got a couple of niggles, but you know, I think it's nothing that's gonna stop me from fight night come Saturday, man. I've got a little hernia coming through, you know, but it is what it is, man. Just have to get it sorted out after. But yeah, listen, man. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. And as I said, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Big up to Christopher McGrath says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It is, man. It is. You know, Christmas is obviously upon us very soon. Obviously now into December, and as I said, man, this is why I've got my fight before December to go into the new year, man. With a victory, and that's what I'll be aiming for, man. So I'm feeling good, yeah, man. And as I say, 4 more days, and yeah, it'll be here, man. So in my opinion, big up to June Fenwick. Obviously, we're going to talk about Reece James. Just going to go through some of your questions and your comments. Guys, as always, make sure you are smashing the like button and make sure you are subbing to the channel. And guys, most importantly, make sure you share the channel. Make sure you share it as well, man. Help this channel to grow. Guys, I'm only 4 away from 1.8k. So again, if you haven't subbed to the channel, make sure you do. As I said, I'm 4 away from 1.8k. And then obviously once we hit the 1.8, 200 away from 2k subs, which is it's decent going. You know, there's a long way to go, hell of a long way to go. And obviously what I know this channel is capable of, as I said, man, we got a long way to go. Gav, what is your Christmas song, by the way? That's crazy. It's gotta be Last Christmas, man. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. It has to be that one, probably. I know everyone loves the old Mariah Carey one. But yeah, listen, yeah, obviously the Christmas songs, you know, has to be Last Christmas, man. That's the classic one there. But it'll be good, man, if I hear some remixes to some of these tunes, you know. But yeah, it has to be that one for sure. Let me know yours, guys, as well. What's your Christmas song? What's your Christmas song? Big up to United fan, says big up Gav. Hope you're good, bro. I got man the match in my game. 7-0, clean sheet, good saves. Big up, man. Well done, well done. As I said, man, you know, it's about having a strong mindset. And if you're getting man the match and a clean sheet, listen, you're on your way, man. So just keep it up, you know, and keep focus. You know, as I said, if you want to become, if it's a professional footballer that you can see yourself becoming, then put the work in, man. You know, put the work in, you know, eat, sleep, train like a professional right now. And, you know, it should go well for you, man. But big up to Foxy Danny as well. Big up to Fitz each and every time as well. What's crack-a-lacking, Gav? Not much, man, not much. Just been, I'm off work today, and I've got a few things to do, you know. Obviously, one of them streaming right now with you guys. And then I'm hitting the gym a bit later. And obviously, I got 4 days into my fight, man. So, going to put the work in from now, man. And obviously, I need to just be icing and stretching my potential injuries. But as I said, man, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, man, I can't wait, personally. I can't wait. You know what I mean? And as I said, guys, I've got my face-off tomorrow at 6:30. So I will be getting that streamed. You know, I've got something planned for that, which is going to be good. And obviously on Saturday, fight night, you know, and obviously I'll be getting that recorded as well. So that will be going up on the channel. I might put that up on my members section. So as I said, man, if you want to view the fight, then it's going to be there. But yeah, man, I'm feeling very confident, and I'm looking forward to it, man. So it is what it is, you know. Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Again, when people are saying about the KO, it's obviously head guard, so KO is going to be unlikely. I mean, you can stop someone. I mean, my last fight, I stopped the guy anyway. But again, it's one of them things where it's not so much the KO, man. It's boxing, you know what I mean? Because as I say, if you're wearing head guard, and obviously it's 16-ounce gloves as well, it's very unlikely you're going to knock someone out unless they're just clean open. But yeah, man, listen, I'm looking forward to it, man, one way or another. And again, my mindset is I ain't going in there to lose, and I haven't lost. I haven't lost in life, and that's going to continue. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, big time. Yeah, man, you can't beat Last Christmas, man. No way. You can't beat Last Christmas. Yeah, listen, games today, man. Premier League resumes, obviously, today, tomorrow, and obviously United playing on Thursday. So, yeah, some good week of football. And obviously the weekend games as well, man. So there's a lot of football coming up in this Christmas period. And this is when you're going to really see, what a lot of the teams have, because, it can change just like that. You think of there's two games, one midweek, one the weekend. And a lot of the teams that might find themselves in positions where they feel they should be higher, all of a sudden it could change. And this is what I'm trying to say to you. It's a long way to go, man. Hell of a long way to go. So we'll be here, definitely. But guys, listen up. We're going to talk about Reece James. For me, spoke about, I touched on Reece James yesterday with Fitz and with Jonas for our usual stream. And for me, man, I'm a massive fan of Reece James. Massive fan of him. I think in terms of an era where there isn't too many great footballers, in my opinion, I think he's definitely one of the best, and the big question mark against Reece James was him staying fit, and again, I'm going to go through his injury record that he's had and the amount of appearances that he's made as well. I'll put like a little note down, but I think the satisfying thing for me and for people that obviously do like watching Reece James play is the fact that it seems like now he's actually staying fit. And yeah, for me, man, I don't see a better. I mean, he's a right back, but his performance against Arsenal the other day, on Sunday, in central midfield. I mean, what a performance! He was the best player on that pitch by an absolute mile, and the guy just possesses like so much quality in his play, and it's one of them things for me where I'm not surprised he put in a performance like that, because having watched Reece James, ever since he broke onto the scene, you could see this guy was special. And the only barrier really to Reece James was him just keeping fit, And you look at Reece James, you look at his build, yeah? His build when he first come through as a right back, he was too heavy for a right back. And that's probably what brought on a lot of the muscular and the issues that he's had. And I think definitely now you can see he's still got that frame, but you can definitely see he's definitely trimmed down, And I think it's probably a masterstroke by Enzo Maresca playing him in midfield and not playing him at right back, where the demand for a right back right now in football is a lot, So yeah, the fact that he's playing more in field, and I think what Maresca does again, it's about what opposition he plays against. If it's a case where they're playing against the top teams, whether it's City, Arsenal, Liverpool, he does tend to play Reece James in midfield and play with Malo Gusto as the right back. Because as I said, the demand on that position now in the fullback position is a lot. So I think the fact that he did play in midfield against Arsenal, I said that before the game anyway, and then you got Gusto at right back to compete with Martinelli's pace. But yeah, as I said, man, Reece James for me, there's a debate with Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you can see why people put the debate in, both right backs, both have, excellent technique, you would say. But for me, there's no comparison when it comes to Reece James and Trent. Like, Reece James is by far the best right back, not only in this league for me, but in world football. I think when he's fit, like I think the only right back really that can chat to him, if we're being honest, is Achraf Hakimi. And Hakimi is a different threat for PSG because he's got a lot of pace and power, whereas Reece James is just an absolute technician. Not to mention, like, he has got the pace and the power. Probably not. He probably hasn't got the pace of Hakimi, but he's still quick, Reece James. You know what I mean? But in terms of what he offers as a player, there's not a better right back in the game for me, man. And I've said this for years. When people said about Trent's got very good delivery. But Reece James's delivery for me is arguably as good, if not better, than Trent's. And I'd argue that with anyone. I think Trent gets hyped up because from set pieces and his delivery is very good. But people sleep on how good Reece James's passing and his delivery is, And as I said, I think with both players, people have to remember as well, these are two players in Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold who are actually midfielders by trade, but then apply their trade at right back more often. So when we're seeing them pinging the ball the way they do, it's not really a surprise because these guys are actually midfield players. But whenever the comparison with Trent and Reece James comes along, I think just watching with your eyes, you'll know that Reece James is just by far a superior player to Trent. And that's nothing on Trent's ability on the ball. But for me, Reece James is superior, man, because Reece James can hit a 60-yard pass. He's good in tight spaces. He's strong. He's got pace. Defensively, he's very good. He's now becoming a leader. His positioning is very good. There ain't a weakness to Reece James's game. The only thing, as I said, you would say is him staying fit. And the fact that he's now staying fit, you're clearly seeing that, he's by far, the best right back in this league. I don't think people will say Yuri and Timber, and I like Timber, but Timber for me is not on Reece James's level. He's not. I think defensively, you could argue that Timber defensively is as good, if not probably slightly better than Reece James. But everything else, like Reece James comfortably outdoes Trent for me, man. And as I said, that performance that he put on, for a guy that's played the majority of his career as a right back, he was the best midfielder on that pitch. And again, when Chelsea went down to 10 men, the one player I said that that the one position that you didn't want to lose someone in a Moises Caicedo. He's the one player that they could ill afford to lose. Now, the fact that Reece James just took the game by the scruff of the neck, and became a real leader in that team is why he's that good. Because I think there's many people that wouldn't have seen Reece James as a leader like that. Because I definitely didn't see it. I definitely didn't see it. Because I remember when I was at Chelsea, obviously in the as a schoolboy, Reece James was actually like there was talk about him. I think he might have been coming through the for the younger ages, but yeah, listen, man, Reece James has always been someone that has been highly thought of, and as I said, man, as a pure footballer, I'll go as far and say, yeah, as a pure footballer at right back, Dani Alves, Cafu, they're probably the only two I can think of that can really chat to Reece James from a technical aspect. I think Reece James is that good, man. He's that good. And yeah, he's all rounded, man. He is all rounded. Like he's like he can do it all, man. Like Javier Zanetti is a great shout. Yeah, Javier Zanetti can be in there as well. But the reason I say Reece James is because like I've not seen a right back that can ping a ball the way Reece James does. Like Philip Lahm's another one, but Philip Lahm in terms of because I think these players like Philip Lahm and Javier Zanetti, they are all rounded in terms of attack and defense. Reece James is that, but Reece James has the added extra in terms of he can pass. You know what I mean? And there ain't too many right backs that I've seen that can do that. Like Danny Alves was a different one. He was I look at Danny Alves as more of a skillful winger playing at right back. He was more of a different one. Yeah, Mazraoui's good, but Mazraoui can't ping the ball Mazraoui can't ping the ball like Reece James. Marcos Alonso, obviously he's a left back. And again, he's got a good ping on him, but he's not like Reece James for me, man. Reece James is just different, you know. Reece James is different, man. Different. But let's go through his appearances and his injury record. And as I said, it's good to see that Reece James is staying fit, man. But he's made 341 appearances for club and country with a return of 9 goals and 20 assists. And that was since 2019, he's been playing for 7 years, which again, to make 341 appearances in 7 years isn't great. But as we know, this is a player that's had loads of injuries, and it's one of them things now that it's looking like we're finally starting to see Reece James play consistently, because you always want to see the best players play, man. And for me, he's definitely one of them. He's definitely one of them. But let's go through his injury record anyway. So again, you can see with the injury record, he's had majority hamstring issues, you know. And again, when you're a physical thick set player like Reece James, you know, hamstrings and stuff like that are gonna happen, you know. And it's good to see that he's actually trimmed down, because that's gonna lighten the load on him, on his body, you know. And the fact that he's playing more centrally as well at times is going to help, you know, because as I said, the demands of a fullback in today's football is no joke. You know, it's up and down, up and down. And for someone like Reece James, with the injuries that he's had, you know, he can't be playing that kind of role, man, all the time. So yeah, man, hopefully Reece James can stay injury free, man, for the rest of his career, man, because not only for Chelsea but for England as well. You know, he's an asset, man, massive asset. And for me, I will go along and say that if you're looking at England's two, I would say, world-class players, it's Reece James and it's Harry Kane. Like, it's them two that are certainties. Now, there's other players like Cole Palmer for me that can be in the conversation. But in terms of guaranteed right now world-class, Reece James and Harry Kane are the standouts for me, you know, and I expect both of them to be starters for England in this World Cup if they stay fit, you know. But moving forward, so obviously June 2019 to September 2019, obviously Reece James suffered an ankle injury, 113 days out of the ankle injury. And again, having played football myself, you know, when I was at Chelsea as well, you know, I suffered with an ankle and a groin injury at the same time. You know, so I know first and foremost how problematic ankle injuries are. You know, and he was out for 113 days, missed 21 games for Chelsea, which is crazy. And this is the start of the hamstring injuries after this. So 21st of December to February 2022, hamstring injury, out for 50 days. Missed 11 matches, and then this is what the recurrence of the issues that he had. You know, October 2022 to December 2022, out with a knee injury, out for 61 days, missed 14 games, and then back to the hamstrings. You know, obviously having hamstring surgery in December 23 till May 24. You know, he missed a total of 152 days, which accumulated to 31 days and 31 games. So that's literally, you know, more or less a full Premier League season, you know. And a player like that missing the whole Premier League season is just madness, you know. August 24th to October 24th, October 24, hamstring injury again, 67 days missed, 15 games missed. You know, so these hamstring injuries are an issue for him. And again, a lot of it will be down to his physique as well. The fact that he was quite heavy for a right back and is now trimmed down is good going, man. So And then again, the hamstring was playing up again in November 24 to December 24. 39 days out, missed 10 games, you know. So again, you can clearly see from August 24 to December 24, you know, it is getting better in terms of the amount of days that he's missing and the amount of games he's missing. So, sorry guys, one sec, just seeing a report. Yeah, there's a mad report on Sky Sportsman saying a report into 1989 Hillsborough disaster has found that 12 police officers would have faced gross misconduct proceedings. That's madness, man. That's crazy. So yeah, just going back to Reece James, man. Yeah, he definitely is getting. It's looking like he's getting over his injury problems, and as I said, man, that is good news, not just for Chelsea, but for England as well. Because as I said, any team that has Reece James in it, you're a better team, you know. Guys, come on, make sure we're smashing these likes up. We've only got 4 likes at the moment, and there's 9 of you watching. Again, if you do enjoy the content, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel as well. As I said, we're only 4 away for from 1.8k. So again, make sure your questions and comments are coming through, and make sure you are subbing and sharing the channel as well. Just gonna go through a couple of your comments and questions. So, in my opinion, when he's fully fit and he's on it, he can be world class. But for me to be world class, you should be available for a major part of the season. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it depends what we're kind of looking at, because for me, is Reece James a world class player? He is. I think the qualities that he has, you know, I like his temperament as well. That for me is why he's world class. In terms of him being available, again, I do understand that, but I think at this moment in time, he is available. He definitely is available, and in a world now, you know, where there isn't too many world class players, for me, he's definitely one of them. Like, I have no doubts that this is a world class right back or central midfielder in the making. You know, so for me, yeah, he does have to stay fit, and at this moment in time, he's definitely proven that, man. He's definitely proven that. Uh, if it's not a KO, it's not okay. Even though we won against Palace, bro, this manager got to go. The way he treats Kobe is a joke, and it's disgusting. Yeah, listen, man. Again, we touched on this yesterday with myself, Fitz, and Jonas. And again, it's nothing that we haven't said about this manager already. You know, I don't think I've, I think I've probably used every kind of thing there is for this manager. You know, and the facts are he's still here, and it's just boring now. Like, I'm actually dejected from this club, man. You know, the way he treats certain players, the stubbornness, the performances, his love for certain players. Yeah, listen, the whole thing's just an absolute joke, man. And as I said, I see something this morning. You know, Kobe's gonna go, but you know what? I'm gonna keep saying this. Yeah, I would lose all respect for this club, even though I'm starting to at the moment anyway. Yeah, if they was to choose this manager ahead of Kobe Minu, because for me that can't happen. You know, the fact that Kobe's come through the youth and really and truly from the get go hasn't been given, you know, a chance by this manager. You know, it's not gonna sit right with me that Kobe has to go because they want to invest in this manager who has proven to be an absolute failure. Like, the whole thing just makes no sense, man. But who knows, man? Who knows? Obviously, West Ham on Thursday. I'm not confident, as I said yesterday, and we just gotta just take it one game at a time. And as I said, the only thing that this manager can do really that will shut a lot of fans that just can see the bigger picture is to just keep winning. You know, because Man United are not going to play good football. That's not going to happen. He's not going to change the system. He's not going to play the players that we rate. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. This is not about Amorim no more. This is about Ineos. Are Ineos just going to keep putting us through this misery game after game at the expense of keeping this manager who we know is not the answer? Because as I keep saying, we're just going to go round and round in circles. He's going to get battered one week, fluke a victory, scrape a draw, then lose. And then we keep going round and round and round and just wasting another season. And this is what's happening right now. We're just wasting time with this manager. You know, wasting time. You know, players are regressing. Players are getting fed up. All for what? Because Ineos want to save face and not pull the plug on this manager that if you just got two functioning eyes, you can see this manager is nowhere near the level. It's just so obvious. But again, man, there's not much we can do because, you know, if I had the power, man, or if I had, you know, a chance to have one conversation with Ineos, the first thing I'm saying is sack this manager. Just sack him. Like, what are we doing here? But unfortunately, he's still here, man. It's an absolute joke. Big up to Babs One Diva as well. Big up each and every time. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. As I said, 4 days out from my boxing fight on Saturday. Obviously training's all done now. You know, obviously it's about just keeping just ticking over. Obviously I'm going gym today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Just getting in the cardio, just getting in the work, keeping the work up, and then got my face off on Wednesday, as I said, and then yeah, fight on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm all good. But apart from that, yeah, just training hard as usual, you know, and just focused, you know, and that's what you got to be like. You got to be focused in anything you do now. Well, from the get-go, should I say. But yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. Hope you're well too. Just hope Reece doesn't end up like Micah Richards due to injuries. Again, yeah, I hear that, but I think the very fact that Maresca is choosing which games to play him in midfield, the fact that Reece James looks like he has lost weight as well, you know, I think that's going to help. And as I said, that performance against Arsenal on Sunday, I mean, he was the best player on that pitch, man. Best player on that pitch by an absolute mile. And that performance had everything. You know, he had strength, he had pace, his passing was a joke, he was tenacious. What I liked about Reece James as well is that he looked very aggressive, but in a controlled way. You know, defensively very good, contributed to the attack. It was a complete performance, man, from a guy that really doesn't play regularly in midfield. He's a top player, man. Top player. So yeah, that's the main issue for me with Reece James. He could stay, if he could stay fit, he'd probably be top 3 right backs in the world because he has the mindset and the talent to be world class. But again, for me, I don't think about top 3 right backs. He's the best right back in the game when he's fit. As I said, for me, only Achraf Hakimi is the only one that you could say maybe Hakimi, maybe Reece James. I mean, just because of Reece James as a ball player, I will take Reece James. But again, if someone said Hakimi, I wouldn't argue with him because Hakimi is a top right back as well. But they're the only two that I look at right now as the top right backs in world football. You know, I like Yuri and Timber. You know, Timber could be up there, but Timber for me is not better than Hakimi or Reece James. So, yeah, I'm going to say Reece James, man, definitely. To be fair, I think Gusto is a bad man at right back. You know what it is with Gusto? When Gusto first come from Lyon, there was a lot of hype around him. I think Chelsea signed him when he was, I believe, 19 or 20, I believe. And again, with Gusto, he hasn't gone from where I think a lot of people thought he was going to go to. You know, I think he's a decent right back, but he's probably slightly regressed since he's been at Chelsea. I think he still has room to get better, no doubt. But I think at this moment in time, I think there's a lot for him to do for him to be, you know, considered one of the best right backs in Europe. You know, and as I said, man, he's still young, so he's still got a lot of time ahead of him. But I think at this moment in time, I don't think he's up there for me at the moment. But who knows, man? He can get better. As long as Reece James is fit, he's the best English fullback by a long mile. Yeah, listen, I mean, England have got some good fullbacks, man. They've got they've got obviously Reece James, Trent, Jed Spence, Livramento. I think those are the four, yeah. Obviously, Carl Walker's not really going to figure for England no more, I don't think. Obviously, Trippier's retired. So, yeah, them four. I mean, there's a good array, really, of right-backs there. Because, for me, they're all good right-backs. But Reece James, for me, is top of the list, man, without doubt. You know, I like Jed Spence as well, who can play left-back. But, and Livramento. Livramento, for me, him and Jed Spence, man, it's a tough one because you've got two right backs that can play left back, you know, and those two are very good. So England for me, man, they're stacked at right back. They're blessed at right back. So yeah, they'll be all right, man. They'll be all right. Yeah, listen, that's true. A lot of players that you see playing in midfield or at right back, etc. These guys all started off in different positions. I mean, look at Ashley Cole, for instance. Ashley Cole was a striker, and the guy played left back. You know what I mean? So a lot of these things happen. Like a lot of players that you see playing where they're playing now, a lot of them didn't start off in that position. And again, you know, if you look at fullback, which is a prime example, a lot of players, and you know, I experienced this when I was obviously in the academy. You know, a lot of players that started off playing as a striker or playing on the wing actually eventually ended up at fullback because fullback is the one position, you know, where if there's a lot of competition in other areas, you could sneak into a team at fullback because there ain't too many players that want to play fullback. That's the truth, you know. So, and again, if you're left-footed, you know, and you go and play left back, the chances are you'll get a regular game because, you know, there's more right footers than left footers in football in general, you know. So I saw a lot of this in the academy, and the problem with me as well, I say the problem with me, you know, I had the chance to go and play left back, but I'm an attacker, and I couldn't look at myself in the mirror thinking, yeah, I'm going to go and play fullback because it's a way of me getting in. You know, some people might look at it and think you missed a chance there, but me personally, I knew I was good enough to be an attacker. So I just didn't see I couldn't take myself to be playing fullback, you know. And again, I've seen a lot of this in academy football, man, where players just go and play right back, left back to get into the team. And then, you know, some of them forge careers by doing that. You know, there's a lot of players like that, you know. So, yeah. Who do you see being the next main striker for Barcelona? Good question. You know what? I've touched on this before, and this is why, yeah, for me, it's mad because if you look at the history of Barcelona, yeah, Barcelona do buy a lot of South American strikers, you know. It's not all the time, but if you look at the likes of Saviola, Suarez, Aguero, even players that have flopped like Vitor Roque, or if you look at forward players like Messi, Rivaldo, Neymar, like they buy a lot of South Americans, yeah. And for me, I'm looking at, is there any South American striker out there that is viable, that is at a level for Barca to get? This is why I was saying, yeah, the fact that John Duran has gone off the ball, yeah, he would have been ideal for Barcelona because he's at the right age, he's South American, and he's got all the attributes to be a top striker. The fact that obviously he left Aston Villa to go to Saudi, and now he's playing his trade, I think, in Turkey. Like, it's actually quite sad, man, to hear that. And he's still only young, John Duran. You know, this is a guy that's meant to be going to Chelsea as well. You know, this is a guy that really had the world at his feet when he was at Villa, because this was a top striker in the making from what I saw. And then when he went to Saudi, which I believe was a wrong move, but again, money plays a factor. You know, I was saying Barca should be targeting someone like him, you know, if they want to keep with this whole South American thing going on. But I look right now in world football, yeah. Again, Lewandowski's leaving at the end of the season. You know, there's talk about Harry Kane going there. The Harry Kane one doesn't make sense for me, because Harry Kane's good enough, of course, to play for Barcelona. But Harry Kane's going to be, what, 32, 33. So where's the long-term planning? You know, obviously they had Mark Gue as well, who's now at Chelsea. You know, he could have been someone that they could have had for years. But the answer really is I don't know. The one player that I was looking at for them, other than John Duran, to be a striker at Barcelona, who was at probably the right age, was Isak. Isak was the only one that I was looking at, because Isak's played in Spain before at Real Sociedad. I think he's, what, 26? You know, he would have been the perfect age to go to Barcelona and be their main striker after Lewandowski. But obviously he's at Liverpool now. So the answer is I can't actually tell you. There's been talk about Lautaro Martinez. I don't see that one. So yeah, I mean, I can't tell you. And that just tells you how poor the striker market is now. You know, I think one player that they should be looking at, and I hate to say this because this is a player that, for me, needs to be utilised by any manager because he's that good, and that's Joshua Zirkzee. I think if Zirkzee was at Barcelona, you know, with the players they have in Yamal, obviously Rafinha's there, you know, Rashford's there as well, but if they might go and improve that part of the pitch, if you've got a Zirkzee facilitating for that attack, you know, that would be good. You know, so again, the striker market is just dead. It's absolutely dead. So again, it's gonna be, is there gonna be like a newcomer up and coming? You know, people might even be saying Nick Walter-Mada, you know, which would be a good shout. But again, he's just gone to Newcastle, and he went to Newcastle for big money. But the striker market's just not there, man, unfortunately. So it's hard to say at the moment. Nesta played at right back often. His passing ability was crazy. Nah, man, Nesta didn't play right back. No way. I'm not sure what. Nesta was AC Milan. Unless he played a bit more for Lazio, but the Nesta at AC Milan was a centre back with Jaap Stam. I mean, to think here that AC Milan had a defence here of Nesta, Stam, Cafu at right back, and I think it might have been, I think when Maldini was on his way out, it might have been Kaladze at left back, I believe. To think that they had a defence of that, yeah, is criminal. I mean, you've got arguably two of the best centre-backs in history in Nesta and Stam. One of the best right-backs ever in Cafu. And then Maldini speaks for himself. So, yeah, that's just crazy, man. But, yeah, I didn't see Nesta at right-back, man. I didn't see that, man. But Nesta was a top defender. But as we know, man, Italy always produced top defenders anyway. You know, Cannavaro, Nesta, Baresi, Costa Curta, you know. Yeah, man, it's madness. Even guys that are not really thought of highly like that. Can't remember the names now, but, you know, they always produce centre-backs, man. That's what they're known for. I can see Hakimi going to City one day. They need a right back. Not for me. Not for me. I mean, the fact that PSG are a powerhouse, you know, in European football, they're not going to want to sell one of the best right backs in the game to a rival in the Champions League. So that's not going to happen for me. Unless Hakimi come out and said he wants to leave to go and play, you know, in a different league or whatever. But there's no way that they're gonna sell Hakimi. And again, Hakimi's vice captain after Marquinhos, so that won't be easy. But I think Matthias Nunes, to be fair, has, you know, he has changed a lot of opinion. You know, this is a midfielder that plays right back, exactly what we were saying earlier. So yeah, man, I think definitely Hakimi's not going to go City for me. If Hakimi was playing for, you know, a lesser team, definitely. But the fact that he's at PSG, getting him out of PSG is going to be difficult. No, near enough impossible for me. So scorecast for tonight and tomorrow's games, Gav. Both teams to score, yes or no? Well, give me the teams who are playing. I forgot, and I'll give you my predictions. How old is Reece James? Is he mid-20s or late 20s? So Reece James is mid-20s. I think Reece James might be 25. I think he might be. I think he's 25. Yeah, he's either 25 or 26. One of them two. But what a player, man. He's a top player, Reece James. No doubt, top player. I'm telling you, Gav, if Kobe leaves because of this manager, I'm ready and willing to riot. Bro, relax, man. Just relax. Listen, even though this club, yeah, are at the moment in the bin, yeah, I have to be honest, yeah, and say I just don't see them parting ways with Kobe for this manager. I think the worst it's gonna get is if Kobe goes on loan and then proves what a fraud this manager is. But there's no way Kobe's gonna go on a permanent and Amarim stays here. So I can understand people's frustrations, you know. But what I would say, just remain calm, man, because there's no way that Kobe is going to be allowed to leave for this manager, in my opinion. I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, man, I don't think that's going to happen. So, again, it's frustrating with this manager, you know, but we just gotta ride it out, man. Unfortunately, you know, it's frustrating, but we just gotta ride it out until Ineos come to their senses. But yeah, Kobe in January, as it stands right now, I think he does go on loan, but I want to say that it's going to be a loan deal. If anything, there's no permanent for Kobe, man. For me, um, I just can't see that happening. Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is, man. Yes, big up Exedra, big up my guy, big up, man. Each and every time, guys, come on, let's get these likes up. We got 10 of you in at the moment and 8 likes. If you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel. And as I said, we're 4 away from 1.8k. So again, yeah, make sure you sub into the channel, guys, if you haven't done so already. Let's see. So yeah, bro, as I said, man, like if Barca are serious, yeah, they'll be looking at Xerxes because if they was to put a bid in for Xerxes, you know, the club would probably listen to it, even though it doesn't make sense to me. But if they was to put in a reasonable bid for Xerxes, the club would actually listen to it. I don't think people are deep how talented Joshua Xerxes is. You know, he's just being failed by this manager and failed by this club, like many other talents. But I'm telling you this now, this is a striker, he's a top striker. What is Xerxes? 23. This is a guy that's already been at Bayern Munich as well, you know. So he's experienced winning. He's been at a big club. He's at Man United now, getting treated like a sideman. So it's one of them things for me that, you know, if Barca have anything about them, then they'll be keeping an eye on Joshua Xerxes because I'm telling you now, this is an era of not too many good strikers. And when you get a striker that is 23 years of age, you know, is technically sound, you know, can definitely improve as well and play in a team that gets the best out of his strengths, you're gonna see what he does. You know what I mean? I think people are sleeping on Xerxes, man. The guy's a top player, man. Top striker. I'm telling you. Nah, listen, let's not do Rasmus, man. Rasmus Højlund, get out of here, man. No way. Rasmus Højlund, man. I can't believe that guy was at United. Can't believe it, man. Yeah, big up Exedra, bro. Life's been rough, but we move. Yeah, listen, man. Life's not easy, man. It's not easy. So, the best thing you can do, man, is just stick with it, man, and just think of it like this. You know, what comes with the rough comes smooth afterwards. So, get through the rough times, and then it'll be plain sailing after that, man. So, yeah, just keep yourself focused, man. Keep yourself busy. And as I said, man, if channels like this take your mind off, the norm, then keep yourself coming through, man, as you always do each and every time, man. But as I said, man, don't let life get on top of you, man. It's you got to enjoy life, man. Especially as you get older, you got to enjoy your life, man, because you just don't know what's around the corner. So yeah, man, 100%, bro. Just keep your head up, man. No doubt. Nesta at right back, that's crazy, man. I've never seen Nesta play right back. That don't sit right for me, man. But listen, Fitz, man, you're football, man, so I'm not gonna argue with that. Gav, Ruben Neves on the free next year. Nah, listen, I'm done with Portuguese player, bro. The only Portuguese player that I want to see at this club is Giovanni Quenda, and he's going Chelsea. But I can't be taking no more. Like leave Portugal alone. Just leave them alone, man. I'm done with Portugal. I never thought I'd be saying that, man. We're not getting Nuno Mendes, so that's one player there. João Felix I wanted, but that's not gonna happen. Quenda's going Chelsea. So yeah, just leave Portugal. Vitinha's never coming. So just leave Portugal alone, man. I'm done with Portugal. Ruben Amorim, Dallo, Bruno, get rid of all them. Get them out the club, man. Seriously. No more Portugal, man. I can't be doing that. Yeah, leave Ruben Neves alone, man. Can't be doing that. Yeah, madness. Do Sunderland play tomorrow? Yeah, Sunderland are playing Liverpool tomorrow at Anfield. Guys, I'm telling you this now, yeah? I know Liverpool haven't been great lately, but, and Sunderland are going to be tough. They've been a tough team. I mean, we said this yesterday. I can't see Brian Brobby. I can't see Brobby. I mean, imagine if Brobby went to Anfield and just dunked on Van Dijk, man. That would be crazy. But what I would say is it wouldn't surprise me, yeah? It wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool win tomorrow, and that'll be 6 points in the space of a couple of days, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna see them shut up the table because you got Liverpool, Sunderland, you've got Chelsea, and Chelsea are playing on Wednesday. I can't remember they're playing. City are playing Fulham today. Again, man, listen, this league title, this race at the moment for positions is far from over, man. It's gonna be a lot of up and down results. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I think Sunderland are playing Liverpool tomorrow, I believe. Could be wrong, but I don't know. So in my opinion, Amarim gets sacked end of this season and Kobe stays. But again, man, I'll be honest, yeah. I can't do with Amarim lasting the whole season. Like, I can't do that, man. I just can't do that. I mean, I'm so bored watching Manchester United, yeah. I just can't do it. Like end of the season. So we've got to go through, and I mean we're 13 games in, yeah, and we've got to go through an end of this a whole season left with this manager in charge. Yeah, it's just madness, man. Absolute madness. 25 games with this manager. Nah, yeah, it's gonna be difficult, man. It's gonna be difficult. But yeah, but as I said, I don't think Kobe goes, man. I think the worst that happens is Kobe goes on loan. I can't see Kobe going on a permanent. That would be ridiculous, So due to financial, for Kobe to stay, United would have to finish in the top 5. Nah, no way. So wait. Let me understand this, yeah. So is that confirmed? For Kobe to stay, United got to finish top 5. Is that confirmed? Because if that's the case, yeah, then sack this manager right now, because we're not finishing top 5 with this manager. Sack him right now. And why would Kobe be the scapegoat? How about we just get rid of Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot, Mason Mount? Get rid of them 3 guys first and foremost, and then we'll get some money in. Like, I'm not believing that, man. I'm not believing that. There's no way for me, yeah? There's no way for me that Kobe goes before Ugarte, Bruno, Dalot, Shaw, Mounts, Amarim. There's no way Kobe goes before all them. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that, and I can't believe that. So yeah, listen, Zirk's a top player, man. Yeah, he's perfect for this system, but in a 4-2-3-1, I think he would cook in a 4-2-3-1, man. He would. You know, as I said, the attack that I want to see and be given a chance is Mbuemo from the right as a wide forward in his position, Ahmad in the 10, Cunha from the left, and then Xerxes as the 9. If I was to see that with Kobe and Casemiro behind that, and that was given, 5 games, I'm telling this now, this team will be doing something. They'll be doing something. But we're not going to see that under this manager, and it's very unlikely we're going to see that in general. So I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I'd take Trincao. Nah, listen, no more Portuguese players, man. I can't. Nah, I ain't doing that no more, man. I'm done. Yeah, listen, Neves is a good player, but Neves for me, if he was to be bought by United, it would have been when he was at Wolves. He's gone Saudi now. Bro, I'm just done with Portuguese players. I'm sorry to say at the moment, man. This Ruben Amorim has just been is taking its toll, man. Like, this manager's terrible, man. I just can't understand, yeah, how a manager is being like this is being given so much leeway for doing so little. And to think he's got his lieutenant in Bruno Fernandes, captain, just doing whatever he wants. Dallo stealing the living. Yeah, man, just get them out of there. I just can't do that no more. It's long. Crazy, man. Yeah, listen, Maguire as well. But Maguire, for me, is not that much of a problem. He's not, because if we're being honest, yeah, Maguire is a backup centre-back. He should be coming into games, yeah, where you want to rest legs, or if it's FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or if you want to play a different system to nullify a threat. That is when Maguire should be coming in. But when you got this manager, taking out Lenny Yoro for Maguire, and look at it now. Lenny Yoro looks out of sorts now. He looks dejected because he's now being treated like any guy. This was a guy that we took away from Real Madrid. And look at how Lenny Yoro's been treated now. It's madness. So Maguire, for me, if he's a backup, it's not a problem. But this manager does like Maguire. He does. But the other players are more important to go for me. Dallo, Bruno, Ugarte, Shaw. I was a massive fan of Luke Shaw. I was a massive fan of him. And he has done decent this season. But the fact that he's been there for 10 years and keeps getting away with it, and other players, get moved out the club, that's what I don't rate. Mason Mount as well, 250 a week, number 7 on his back. If Mason Mount had like number 17 or number 77, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But having number 7 on 250 and taking game time away from others is what I can't stand. So, yeah, man, it's ridiculous. Favorite Michael Jackson song? Boy, I mean, I don't think anyone can answer that one. There's too many. There's too many, man. I mean, you got Smooth Criminal, you got Beat It, um, you got Thriller, you got Earth Song, you got Black and listen. I've forgotten some bad. You know what I mean? Listen, you can't ask me your favorite. There's just too many. Put it this way. I'll make it easier. Yeah. Tell me a Michael Jackson song that isn't a banger. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Tell me a Michael Jackson song that isn't a banger. Kobe and Bruno are wanted by teams other players wouldn't generate anywhere near anywhere near what the club needed to spend, I believe. Again, I don't agree with that. Who wants Bruno Fernandes? Who wants Bruno Fernandes apart from Saudi? Because there's no European team that is serious that will take on Bruno's wages, looking at his age and looking at, you know, him fitting into a cohesive system. That's the truth. That's the truth. You know what I mean? So I don't believe there's many teams that want Bruno. There isn't. You know, you think of Barcelona, Madrid. They don't want him. Atletico Madrid. I mean, Atletico Madrid wouldn't be a bad shout because of the way Bruno plays, but they've probably gone past that of wanting Bruno Fernandes. PSG, no. Man City, no. Liverpool, no. Chelsea, no. Arsenal, no. Bayern Munich, no. Again, tell me, because I don't think there's any teams that want Bruno Fernandes apart from Saudi. 13 wins in 12 months. Yeah, we spoke about that yesterday. That is an absolute disgrace. I mean, to think that this man just got 13 wins in 12 games, yeah, in 12 months, yeah, and he's still here. Like, yeah, it's madness. Yeah, bro, listen, I know we have heaven, but heaven's not getting used. So heaven's redundant right now. To think that Lisandro Martinez come on for Luke Shaw and heaven's been there the whole season, it just tells you that this man just an absolute dickhead, man, for doing that. Because there's no forward planning, as I keep saying. How can you have Aiden Heaven, who's meant to be part of the future, and if this manager was trying to build for the future, then you're going to use the likes of Heaven. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This manager's in survival mode because all he's doing is playing players that he feels can nick him a result. But where's the planning in this? Like, this is meant to be a long-term project. And he's not doing no project because he's just picking players for the here and now. You know, you should be, if you've got confidence in what you're doing, you know, and there's a plan, you're picking players that will be here for the foreseeable future. He isn't doing that. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. There is no plan with this manager. It's just that he's just going from game to game, nicking results and just keeping him in a job for the time being. But how can you build anything off that? That's the truth. So I hear we got Heaven. Heaven should be playing games. He should be. But this manager's not going to pick Heaven. And if ever you saw it, when Luke Shaw comes off and Lisandro coming back from a long-term injury, this is why Ineos should be looking at this thinking, this guy just doesn't care about the youth and doesn't care about the future. He just cares about himself. And again, when you're getting people defending what this manager's doing, it's part of the problem, man. Only Portuguese player I'd even consider is Diogo Costa, but Amorim would have to leave before, otherwise Lemens would be in the reserves for the next 4 years. You know what? Diogo Costa, I'm not really that massive fan of him. I think he's good, but I don't think he's that good. You know, he's no Donnarumma for me, man. I think Donnarumma's ridiculous. I know with the ball at his feet, he's not that great, but as a goalkeeper, what a goalkeeper needs, he's got everything. Costa, for me, he's good on the ball, but I don't think he's... I mean, if I'm looking at keepers out there, is he one of the best keepers in the world? I don't think so, you know? I don't think so, man. Who's in your fantasy football squad for this week? I don't do fantasy football, man, to be honest. I don't do that. Yeah, Shea Lacey, top player. But again, Shea Lacey's another one. I mean, Shea Lacey ain't going to get game time because you've got Mbuemo, who's the new signing. Ahmad plays out there as well. So where's Shea Lacey getting game time for where he plays? Again, man, there's no... These youngsters not getting game time. It's as simple as that. Especially when you've got a manager in survival mode. Especially when you've got players that have been brought in for big money that play in their positions. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Kobe Manu's the only one that is from the academy that is a regular first team squad member. And he's getting nowhere near of a sniff at Manchester United. So yeah, as I said, man, it's not gonna happen. Oh, great question, man. NWA or Wu-Tang Clan? Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to say NWA though. I'm gonna have to say NWA, man. Because Ice Cube's in there, man. Yeah, it's gonna have to be NWA, man. But yeah, big up, man. Sick question. But guys, where do you see Reece James's long-term future? Because I think the fact that Reece James played the way he did against Arsenal, I mean, I don't see it happening. But could Thomas Tuchel be looking at Reece James as playing central midfield in the World Cup? I think that's one to look at. Again, I don't see it happening because Declan Rice is going to start. Elliot Anderson at the moment is starting. You know, and you'd probably say Reece James at right. Reece James has to start for me. I know Livermenta's back. You know, Jed Spence is there as well. But for me, Reece James, he's an absolute. He is a joke. He's ridiculous, man. He's a top player, man. He's a top player, and I just wonder. And again, I don't see it happening, but I just wonder whether Thomas Tuchel might look at playing him in midfield. I wonder if he looks at that, playing him in midfield, which again is a long shot because, as I say, I think if you look at Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson as it stands, that's the starting partnership. You know. Yeah, listen, Cole Palmer's a joke, man. He's a joke. You know. But again, I just want to see, yeah, when this World Cup comes around and everyone's fit, I'm going to be interested to see Thomas Tuchel's squad and what the potential lineup would be. Because in my opinion, yeah, you know, and I spoke about this before as well, in my opinion, Harry Kane, Jordan Pickford, Declan Rice, them three, and I'm going to say Reece James as well, them four are definitely starting. The first game, if they're all fit, Pickford, Rice, Reece James, and Harry Kane are all starting. I'd argue that of anyone. I think those four are definitely starting, yeah? But then you've got other players for me that need to be in the squad or need to be a starter as well. And Cole Palmer's one of them. So I would say Cole Palmer. I would say... I mean, the centre-backs will be interesting because you've got Guehi, Konza, and John Stones. I think out of those three, two of them are starting. And I think out of all three of them, I think Mark Guehi might be the one that is ahead out of all three of them. I could be wrong, but I think Mark Guehi might be the one that's ahead. But Cole Palmer, for me, has to start. Now, it just remains to be seen whether Cole Palmer starts from the right or starts in the 10. But he has to start for me, Cole Palmer. No doubt. So, yeah, big up Zedra, bro. I done a stream on the whole Burnham thing a few weeks back, man. So, yeah, if you can, man, give that a check out. Is under Ian Wright's comments. But I spoke about this whole Burnham thing. Listen, I'm not going to go on it for too long because I've talked about it enough. But if England want to do anything serious in this World Cup, you know, and if Thomas Tuchel, you know, has anything about him, he either drops Blenheim from the squad or doesn't, or if he does take him as part of the squad, he's a bench option. That's it. Because I'm looking at where they're going to play Blenheim in a 10 when he's not a 10, because he can't play in the 2 in the midfield. And all the 10s that are in that squad, you think of Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer, Eze, even Gibbs White, Foden. These guys are all better number 10s than Blenheim. So Thomas Tuchel has got a decision to make. He's definitely got a decision to make. Who will win the World Cup? Again, spoke about this already. For me, you're looking at between France, Spain, and then you got to put the South Americans of Brazil and Argentina in the conversation. I think between those four, I'm expecting to see a winner there. If I'm being honest. Oh, bro, you was there, yeah? Cool, man. Cool. But yeah, I'm expecting to see a winner from one of them 4 countries, you know? And if there's not, then I'll be surprised. But I think if we're being honest, they have to be the front runners. You know, I know people think England, but I just think if England meet any of the big teams, I think they're gonna come unstuck, man. You know, but again, Thomas Tuchel's been brought in for these kind of games, but I just don't know, man. I've seen too much of England, especially in the qualifiers, to know that they haven't been tested. And the one team that gave him a test in the friendly is the one game that Tuchel got beat, and that was Senegal. So that's what I'm trying to say to you, man. It's so Zedra thinks Spain, England, Brazil, Argentina. Yeah, I mean, I don't see England, as I said, but I don't rate the French team. You know what? I can see why you don't rate the French team, yeah? And that's down to Didier Deschamps, because this guy is just a negative manager, you know? But what I will tell you now, Paul Pogba's back and fit, yeah? If Paul Pogba stays fit for the whole season, you know, he has to get called up to the World Cup and he starts the first game. Because I'm telling you this now, yeah? If you get a midfield of Pogba, Camavinga, put it this way, any combination, yeah, of Pogba, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Cherki, Elise in the 10, whoever, I'm telling you now, they're gonna do a mazza in this World Cup. Because Mbappe is gonna obviously Mbappe is the captain anyway. And again, that's not gonna sit right with me that Mbappe captains Paul Pogba. Like, that's another thing I just don't understand, yeah? Mbappe captaining him, Paul Pogba is mad, yeah? But what I will tell you, the front line that they have in Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Elise, Cherki, Ekatike, Mateta might get called up, Barcola, Doué. Like, they've got talent in that front line, yeah? And they got another guy from Monaco that made his debut as well. But the midfield for me is where I'm looking at, because Deschamps loves Rabiot, yeah? And you see other guys like Kefer and Thuram. These guys are all decent players, by the way, you know? But if Pogba's fit, I don't want to see no Rabiot or Thuram or Manu Kone. And again, these guys are all decent players. I want to see a midfield of Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Pogba. Or Camavinga, Pogba, Cherki in the 10. You know, or Elise in the 10. Elise has to be on the right or the 10. I want to see these guys play. But with this manager in Deschamps, he's a negative manager, man. So I just can't trust what he's going to do. I just can't trust it, man. Big up to Noah Germania. Love your streams. Appreciate it, man. Big up. Big up each and every time for your comment. Appreciate it. Beyblade Lover 289 says, where are you from, bro? So I'm from the UK, man. From the UK. Big up. Guys, come on, make sure we're smashing this like button. Let's try and hit 10 likes as a minimum. Who is your top 3 candidate for World Cup 2026? So yeah, I just touched on this just now. So for me, I'm saying France, Spain, and then one of Brazil or Argentina. because Messi's a year older, and I don't think Messi's going to be at the level that we know he is for this tournament as he's getting older. I'd probably just say Brazil, but France, Spain, Brazil for me, yeah. But Argentina can't be slept on, you know. And there's probably a few other teams. I know Fitz yesterday said Holland. You know, Holland could be in there. You know, Germany, but yeah, I think Spain. I think France, Spain, and Brazil, Argentina is where I'm looking at first and foremost. England, as I said, you know, I just don't know if England beat any of them top teams, and that's the truth, man. So it is what it is, but we'll have to wait and see, man. Portugal, again, I don't think Portugal will do anything in this tournament. The biggest thing for Portugal is, you know, obviously we heard Ronaldo got his ban reduced. I mean, I've never heard such nonsense where someone gets banned and the World Cup comes up and now it's been suspended. I mean, tell me that they're not just doing that because it's Ronaldo, you know. But what I would say, Roberto Martinez, for me, he's not a top manager. And what he's going to do, he's going to cave into the pressure of Ronaldo. Now, if Ronaldo is starting the majority of the games for Portugal, they ain't doing anything. I'll tell you that for free. Because he's going to be a passenger. Because let's face it, yeah. You know, as great as a career that Ronaldo has had, yeah, he is only right now in this Portugal team because of his name. Because he doesn't make them play better as a team. He doesn't. He's a name, you know, he's iconic for the country. And he's only in the team to put the ball in the back of the net. But when Portugal play against the best teams, you need everyone contributing. You need a striker that drops into midfield to link the play from midfield to attack. You know, you need an all-rounded player, which Ronaldo isn't that. He's just purely there, you know, to put the ball in the net. And if Portugal think they're going to go far based off of that, then they better think again because it's not going to happen. So that's why I don't think Portugal will do anything, because they're going to be solely reliant on Ronaldo yet again. And they've got some top players in Vitinha, you know, Nuno Mendes, both at PSG, you know. And they've got threats in attack, man, as well. But if they rely on Ronaldo, I don't see it going too well for them, in my honest opinion. Yeah, Spanish spy, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was saying, man. But yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? I'm looking forward to it, man. This World Cup is going to be mad, and definitely going to be doing some watch-alongs for the games, man. No doubt. But yeah, man, I think the four that I've mentioned already: Spain, France, Brazil, Argentina. I think they're going to be the front runners, definitely. You know, who knows, man? There could be an African team in there that might surprise. So yeah, man, who knows? Who's your favourite football team? So it's Man United, and then also I like Barcelona as well. I like Barcelona for so many reasons, just throughout the years of watching football. You know, you think of the players they've had, you know, going back to the likes of Rivaldo, Patrick Kluivert, Javier Saviola, you know, and then in more recent times, obviously Messi, Suarez, Neymar, Iniesta, Busquets, Dani Alves, Xavi, now Pedri, Yamal. Yeah, there's been some top players at that club, man. Alexis Sanchez, Ibrahimovic, Henry, Etu. Yeah, they've had some bad boys, man. They've had some real bad boys in that team. There's even guys I've forgotten about. You know, the likes of Abidal and PK Puyol. Yeah, there's been some absolute bad boys. And yeah, man, they're my other team. Can't wait for the Brazilian resurgence. Bro, I'll be honest, man. I don't know about that because they've got a lot of attackers, but it's about getting the balance right, because if I'm looking at Brazil's attack right now, you got Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., who you would say have to play. But how does that all work? Because Rodrigo's a left winger, so is Vinny. But Rodrigo can play as a false nine. He can play from the right as well. Esteval's coming through. You've got João Pedro, the likes of Richarlison as well. I reckon as well, yeah. And don't be surprised, yeah. And I'm surprised no one's actually mentioned this, yeah. But watch out for Igor Thiago at Brentford. I think if he continues his form, yeah, he could be a shock inclusion in that World Cup. Matthias Cunha, another one. Forgot about Cunha. Andre Santos. Yeah, listen. Casemiro, Lucas Paqueta. Listen, they've got an array of players, man. Like, it's ridiculous, the amount of players they have. There's even more we're forgetting. Like Anthony as well. Let's not rule out Anthony. You know, Savinho. They've got so much quality, but I just don't know the balance, if they're going to have the balance right. You know, I mean, Neymar. I mean, I'm not talking about Neymar. I mean, what's happening with Neymar? Because for me, I thought Neymar would be in the latest squad, like, because it's going to be a swan song for Neymar, Messi, and Ronaldo, their last ever World Cups, all three of them. So I just don't know, man. Yeah, Marquinhos, Gabriel, Eder Militao. You know, yeah, they've got some players, man. They've got players, but again, it's not the Brazil of old when, you know, we had Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, R9, Kaká. Listen, yeah, it's not that level. It's not. But they've got a chance, man. But a lot. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti. I tell you this now, yeah. To have Carlo Ancelotti as their manager in the tournament, you have to be taking notice, because, you know, he can set up a team. That's one thing he does, and he's gonna set them up to be a problem. You know, but they've got some top players, man. But it just remains to be seen what team he's gonna play. You know, but yeah, that Igor Thiago, man, don't sleep on him. You know, he's only second in goals to Erling Haaland in the league. You know, so again, man, he could, if he continues his form, he could get called up as well. So yeah, man, crazy. But guys, listen, big up yourselves each and every time. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subbing to the channel as well. And make sure you share the channel. And again, guys, I'm only 4 away from 1.8k subs. So again, if you've enjoyed the stream and you haven't subbed yet, make sure you do. And as I said, there will be some clips going up, you know, some short clips of me doing some training for boxing. There should be one coming out today, I believe. Well, sorry, I think there's 2 coming out today. I think one comes out around 8 o'clock in the evening today, and the other one I think might be around 5 o'clock. And then a couple coming out tomorrow, you know, just different stuff of me doing some pad work and some fitness and that. And obviously I got my face off Wednesday, as I mentioned, which will be getting recorded, which I'll be putting up on the channel as well. And obviously fight night on Saturday, which I'll be getting recorded as well. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I got my boots on as well, man. I'm just trying to wear my boots in because they're quite new boots. So, but I like them, man. But I just got to wear them in, you know. So hopefully for fight night, they're not giving me any problem. So yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it, man. My 3rd one, going for 3-0, and yeah, man, I'm up for it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. In terms of squad depth in every position, Spain and France have 2 or 3 full teams they could use. I agree. Yeah, they have a lot of quality and depth, you know. But then again, there's quite a few teams that have quality and depth. But I think you'd have to say France and Spain, player for player. You know, you could probably put England in there as well. You know, they probably have the best in terms of quality, you would probably say. But, and I know one, Brazil as well. Brazil. Argentina's one's going to be funny because, you know, I need to have a look at Argentina's team a lot more, you know, to see what they're going to do. But, so yeah, man. Big up to Babs One Diva for the super sticker. Big up. Each and every time. Yeah, all we do is win. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Listen, that's what's gonna happen, man. So um, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, as I said, man, the fight will be recorded. So yeah, I'll be putting up on the channel, and I'm looking to put on a show, man. So that's what it is. But yeah, guys, big up yourselves each and every time. As I said, smash the like button on your way out. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. Make sure you share the channel. And I should be back. So tomorrow's gonna be difficult because I've got to face off in the evening. I'll possibly be back. Maybe I might be in the morning, but I'm not promising anything. If not the morning, the afternoon. If not, then I'll be back Thursday. Obviously, Man United playing West Ham. So yeah, I'll be doing a reaction to that game. So if not tomorrow, then definitely Thursday. So yeah, keep an eye on that one, guys. Big up to all the mods each and every time as well. Big up to all the newcomers. And as I said, if not tomorrow, definitely Thursday. And we see what happens with Manchester United against West Ham. If this manager can pick up 3 points again, or if he's going to continue embarrassing us, who knows? But listen, football's coming thick and fast. Obviously, games today, tomorrow, Thursday. Obviously, on the weekend. I'm missing the Aston Villa Arsenal game as well. I think I might only catch the first half. So obviously, I've got to be at the event at 2 o'clock. So I'm gutted for that one. So yeah, man, it's coming thick and fast, man. And obviously, Christmas around the corner as well. Yeah, man, everything's looking good, man. So yeah, it is what it is. But guys, big up yourselves each and every time, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy.